Here we go.
Welcome home, nephews. We back again.
Yeah, baby.
All right, gentlemen, this is a room where men have to grow the hell up, where excuses die and accountability begins. This is where confusion, nephews, it gets turned into clarity. This is where weak habits get burned off and stronger men walk out. What's good, Johnny Dumbbell? How we doing tonight, sir?
I am surrounded by Yinzers, and I'll tell you why. Here in beautiful Pittsburgh, our Pittsburgh Riverhounds are USL champions, baby. They won the title, and man, I'll tell you, what a great year. What a Cinderella season. These guys killed it, man. Shout out to Captain Danny Griffin and all those guys involved. Tuppy Stollenberger, you guys are the best. Love you. But, yeah.
Glad to hear, Johnny. Shout out to Minnie Mom. Shout out to Shannon Scott in the building tonight. Appreciate it.
Hey, I actually got a message from Shannon not too long ago, and it turns out Shannon has accepted the Johnny Dumbbell Challenge. Guys, the first confirmation I have of somebody accepting the challenge is one of the ladies. Get off your ass, boys. Let's go. Jeez, oh, man. She's going to be running circles around your asses.
All right, Johnny, it's Monday night, so we're here with one mission. It's service. Look, nephews, I empower myself so I can show up to empower you. I sharpen my discipline so you can sharpen yours too. And I stand on the truth so you can finally stand on your own. And we're here because men are starving for honest guidance, real answers, and structure. Perez family, what's good, sir? Thank you for joining us tonight.
Go, baby.
All right, we got a call-in number. If any of you guys have some questions, please feel free to call in with your questions. We do have a few questions that we're going to get answered tonight already.
Yeah, I mean,
go ahead and start off with the first question tonight.
Yep. So this is from Luke, and he says, I've suspected for some time now that my wife has been cheating on me. Usual signs: phone rings, but if I answer, the caller hangs up. She's been going out with the girls a lot recently, and although when I ask their name, she always says, just some friends from work, you don't know them. Sometimes I stay awake to look out for the cab coming home, but she always comes walking up the drive as I hear the sound of a car leaving around the corner as if she got out and walked the rest of the way. One time I picked up her cell phone just to see what time it was. This caused her to go completely berserk. She quickly snatched the phone out of my hand and cursed me hysterically, screaming that I should never touch her personal property, and accused me of trying to spy on her. Anyway, I've never approached the subject with her. I think deep down I just didn't want to know the truth. But last night, she went out again, and I decided to really check on her this time. I decided I was going to park my Harley-Davidson lowrider, nice name drop, next to the garage and then hide behind it so I could get a good view of the street around the corner when she came home. It was at that moment, crouching behind my motorcycle, that I noticed the small amount of motor oil leaking from the gasket between the rear head and the rocker arm cover. My question is this something I can easily repair myself, or should I take it back to the dealer? Bruh. I'm just playing, Bill. I'm just messing with you, but that's not our question. Ladies and gentlemen, every once in a while, I got to screw with Uncle Bill. It kind of keeps him alert. I don't care. That's funny. Now, question one.
Jokes, huh, Johnny?
I had to, man.
To learn something, and you're out here playing games.
I haven't gotten to screw with you in a while. I had to do it. So anyway, now here's our actual question. So this one comes from Jordan. He says, what is a definite sign that someone's interested in you? He says, so there's a girl who's really nice to me. We text often, and she remembers things that I tell her and seems to enjoy hanging out. But she's also like this with everyone because she's just a genuinely warm person. I am not great at reading these situations, and believe me, Jordan, when I was 23 years old, I wasn't either. How do we tell if someone is just being friendly versus actually interested? I don't want to make things awkward by making too many assumptions. I think what he's asking for, Uncle Bill, is how do I notice indicators of interest? That really sounds familiar, huh?
Well, nephew, confusion is a prison, and clarity, that's freedom. All right, here's the truth, Jordan, that most men don't want to hear. Warm women confuse men who've only dated cold women. All right, a friendly woman feels like flirting because you're not used to being treated with kindness and respect from women. So the problem isn't her. The problem is your reference point, sir. All right, let me break this down cleanly for you. Signs she's just friendly. All right, she treats everybody with the same kind of warmth. She responds but never initiates. Hangs out in groups, not specifically with you, and she avoids physical proximity. Now, let me give you a few signs that she's actually interested in you, nephew. She finds excuses to be alone with you.
Bruh.
She initiates conversation. She remembers your detail, and here's the thing. She builds on them.
Bless that bitch.
She mirrors your energy, and honestly, she gives you openings to escalate. And I talk about this all the time. Now, if you women who are into you, they make it easy for you. They make access to them easy for you. They're agreeable when it comes to the dates you plan. They genuinely just want to spend time with you. So if she's actually interested, you're going to get all kinds of indicators from interest, like Uncle Johnny was saying. Basically, what you have to understand is that interest creates opportunity. And like friendliness, that kind of stuff, that creates, I don't know, comfort. She's not creating opportunity, so she's just being nice.
Yeah. I mean, I would even take that a step further and say, how often have you actually, now you mentioned she likes to hang out, but does she like to hang out one-on-one with you, or does she like to hang out with you and like a bunch of other people? So, I mean, I'm assuming, and I'm going to go ahead and assume that you've at least gotten a chance to see and hang out with her one-on-one and say, great, she likes hanging out with you individually. My question is, if that is the case, when you do that, first of all, are you keeping it light and funny, and are you keeping away from subjects like sex or, seriously sad subjects? I mean, for the love of God, I hope you're not telling her about all your relationship failures. But I'm going to go ahead and take it a step further and assume that you know how to make her laugh. You know how to crack a couple of jokes and get her to kind of laugh. When she does, is she touching your leg? Is she touching your arm? Is she leaning toward you? Is she just kind of keeping her distance? Is she sitting next to you or across from you? First of all, if you're interested in her, you should be promoting closeness by sitting either catty corner from her on a 4-side table or next to her and say maybe a booth. The thing of it is that the minute she insists on sitting across, hey, man, you're just friends. Nothing wrong with that. But you'll actually have your answer. But again, we're looking for body language here, because here's the thing. Like you said, she's genuinely nice to everybody. Now, in this case, she's not being deceptive. In this case, you're trying to figure out, is she just being nice to me because I'm a human being, or is she being nice to me because I mean something special to her, at least in the moment? And if the latter is true, then you're going to see it in her body language, and you would have had to ask us that question. But you're young, you're inexperienced, and when I was your age, I was kind of dense too when it came to that kind of crap. So what we're telling you is that I want you to kind of be honest with yourself, number one, when you're bottom lining her actions, you're bottom lining her responses to whatever it is you're saying or doing. Because if you're honest with yourself on those things, you'll get an honest answer. You can ask yourself, does the person who's interested do and say these things, or does the person who just wants to be friends do that? What does this action seem to show me? And if you don't have an answer for that, then it's time to kind of continue looking for that body language. It's time to continue observing. I got to caution you. The last thing you want to do is say, hey, I'm really noticing some positive energy between us. Do you think that means something more than that? No.
Bruh.
You're asking questions, and you're asking for verbal, factual answers from her. Nothing wrong with that, except for one thing. Those words are not going to tell you nearly as much as her body language is. You need to keep your cool, realize what her body language is telling you, and then go from there based on that. I really don't have an answer for you on this one, because I haven't seen the two of you interact. I would like to have a little bit more information. I would like to see, how often do the two of you hang out one-on-one? Where do you go? What do you do? Who's buying? Things like that. If what you're saying is true and she seems like a genuinely warm person, fantastic. But does that mean she's a genuinely warm person, or is she the life of the party? Again, without that kind of context, I really can't answer that question. But what I can tell you is do a little more watching and a little less hearing. I'm not going to say do less listening, but do less hearing and do more watching. That's part of observing.
All right, Nephew, one thing that Uncle Johnny and I love to do here is give you a little bit of game you could take with you, because I really just want all my nephews to go forth and conquer. I love you all. So what we need to do here, what you need to do here, nephew, is simple. Go with the energy she shows you. All right? Not the fantasy you built in your head about her. That way, you can move with confidence and not assumptions. Energy doesn't lie. Go with her energy, bro.
Yeah, exactly. And so here's the thing. One thing that society is going to tell you not to do is trust your gut, trust your instinct, while they tell her to do exactly that. What I'm telling you right now is trust your gut, trust your instinct, because it is not going to lie to you. Words and your own delusional thoughts will. So remember, you're going to have to be a little honest with yourself. You're going to need to be a little tough on yourself. And I would like to follow up with you because I would like some specific context as to what her behaviors and what the atmosphere is like when the two of you are around each other. Because I think it's going to tell us a lot more. It's going to tell us volumes more than what we've seen here. But yeah, I mean, I'm going to go ahead and say when she's laughing, when you tease her a little bit, is she telling you you're bad? Is she touching your arm? Is she leaning that neck towards you, or is she kind of backing away, or is she just not doing either one? Because inaction is an action as well. So yeah, no response is a response, even in person. I know that your generation is used to figuring that out via text message, and even that's kind of advanced for you guys. But I'm telling you that in person, the body language can tell you so much more. And I mean, if you're confused as to how that can be, I promise you, get a job in sales and work there for 90 days. You will figure out when a person's body language is telling you what you want to see, or lying to you, or whatever it happens to be. You'll be a much better student of human nature after 3 months of sales work. I'm telling you.
Okay, nephew, a woman who likes you, they make it obvious. She doesn't leave you guessing. And here's the thing. When a woman wants you, she makes space for you, nephew. When she doesn't, you know what she makes? Excuses. So you have to decode her. If she's not choosing you, the right woman communicates with her actions, not confusion. So read between the lines. You already know what to do.
It's like we tell you all the time. Does she bring chaos or peace to your life? She's bringing chaos that you're bringing on yourself, if that's the case. Now,
Angel
I'm not saying that's what's happening here, but
Angel wants to know, she's texting you first thing in the morning and right before bed. And does she touch you when you're alone? AKA
right, exactly.
Shoulder.
Yep.
Hey, I love it when the women come in here with game, Johnny.
Listen, man, and like I say, men and women alike, if we really want our relationships to be able to progress further and be more progressive and less toxic, look, it's going to require some dialogue between you young men and these ladies. Especially if they've been around the dating world for a long enough time and have experienced different aspects of it. Things that you haven't seen, they are willing to show you without you having to go out there and get your heart kicked and to learn it like we did. So yeah, appreciate you, Stacey.
All right, Johnny, what else we got tonight? Nephews, call in with your own questions. We got you.
Yeah, I mean, Jackson here, it seems kind of like he's got it, but he's still feeling some kind of way about it. But what he says to us is, now Jackson's 30. He says, girlfriend cheated, yet I'm being told to take accountability. Do you know how many times I've actually heard that? Because remember, what we see in social media, what we see in society, what we see in sitcoms, is if he cheats, it's because he's not doing what he's supposed to do. If she cheats, it's because he's not doing what he's supposed to do. So don't let that get to you and influence your real life situations. Remember, it's TV. Remember, it's social media. Either it's not real or there's a hell of a lot more that you haven't seen yet. But here's what Jackson has to say. A week ago, which I guess now would make it about a week and a half ago, my girlfriend called me in tears, having admitted to making out with another man. I honestly believe that made out is a euphemism for something more intimate. Realistically, she probably went all the way with him. Now, I'm going to stop right there because here's the thing. This is why I think he's kind of base. I think he kind of gets it. Because remember, this is just what she volunteered. This is just what she volunteered in a situation that you might not have found out about, but that she might have found out about. This is what they call trickle truthing. Because if you were to hear from somebody else later on that things did in fact progress farther than making out, she can come back at you and say, well, no, I voluntarily told you that I made out with him, and I didn't even have to tell you that, and you wouldn't have even known. So if anybody says anything more than that, they're lying, and I'm going to start crying now so that you'll. This is exactly what it's starting to sound like if what you're saying is true. But I digress. I asked her why she would do that to me. Bill, what do we say about the why?
The why doesn't matter, bro.
But here's the thing, Jackson, you're a younger man, and so when she said that she didn't feel loved in our relationship and that she felt the heat of the moment with him, she's telling you two things. She's, first of all, flipping the blame on you because you're not giving her enough passionate feelings. And she is basically taking and trying to deflect the blame off herself because, well, it was the heat of the moment. I just couldn't control myself. Jackson, what I want you to do is ask yourself if she would have accepted that explanation, that mansplanation from you if you had done the same thing. You would have been accused of mansplaining. You would have been accused of being a dog. You would have been told that you were a worthless piece of crap who didn't love nor respect her and probably never did. But here you are, not making excuses for her, but hoping to God that what she's telling you is true because, again, we guys have this fragile ego when we're young, and God forbid we believe that somebody else caught her fancy more than we could. That she didn't like us in that moment as much as she liked the guy that wound up, impaling her. Okay. Anyway, he said, I asked her why she never told me that she didn't feel love. Well, because it was a last minute excuse. But anyway, she said that I'm generally a colder person, as she says. I honestly can't disagree. No, you honestly really hope that that's a good explanation. I'm not overly affectionate guy, and I don't like being touched, and I think her love language is physicality. If I hear someone use the love language term one more time, look, I'm just going to tell you folks right now, if you want to go buy the book, go buy the book. But what I'm telling you is that love language is a crock of shit, okay? Love language is just another excuse for somebody to use incompatibility as a reason to either cheat or walk away. But the fact of the matter is that love language is a bunch of garbage. You're either compatible or you're not. You either make her biologically, physically, and sexually attracted to you and eventually leading into other ways, or you don't. Love language it's simply something the marriage counselors like to throw in there because, let's face it, most of the time they are there to make one party or the other feel like they are the problem. Usually depends on who's paying. Anyway, about
Johnny,
60%.
I don't know. I got to tell you, my love language is really all about how her neck and throat feels in my hand. And so maybe there is a little something to it.
Chicken and rice coming back up.
Go ahead, sir. I'm just messing with you.
But 60% and he says 60% of my friends are women. Probably women you at least at one point wanted. But and they keep telling me that it's all my fault. And this is how I know this. This is how I know that his female friends are at least someone he's either hooked up with or tried to hook up with because they are telling him that it's all his fault. That he should have been a better
dude.
He says,
Go ahead.
He says, they're telling me I should have been a better boyfriend. I'm wondering if I should try to change to be more affectionate. Oh, yeah, no, get up her ass even farther. That'll work. Or should I give up? Or should I give up on the relationship? The whole situation depresses me. I feel sad, maybe jaded by it all. I really thought she was a good person, but obviously I was wrong. And I'm getting backlash from the women in my life as if I were the one who cheated. There's no sympathy for me here, and that makes me want to forgive her even less. I am trying to understand myself and how I'm reacting to it all. But I feel like I'm the only sane person in a world filled with crazy people. Well, hell, at least you're recognizing that's exactly what's happening here. But it's like they're justifying the transgression against me. They have me asking, did I bring this on myself? Okay. All right. You're asking if you should change to try to be more effective. So you're asking if you should alter your program to fit what women say and even think they want. Yeah, great idea. You're asking if you should, Johnny, because this woman pushed away and cheated on you. You're asking, should I be even more annoying and overbearing than I already may be?
All right, you know what? We're gonna circle back to Angel's question about love languages. I'd really like to talk about that, but first, let's finish up with Jackson's question. Can we do that?
Yeah.
All right. So, look, nephew Jackson, I gotta tell you, Pain, it's a loud teacher, but Clarity is a louder one. She didn't cheat on you because you're cold. She didn't cheat on you because of love languages. She didn't cheat because of anything you did or didn't do, nephew. She cheated on you because cheating is in her character, but not yours. All right, cheating is a choice. It's not an accident. You don't fall into someone's mouth. What are we talking about here? There's no heat of the moment into someone's bed. You don't have standards or principles, or you don't respect your woman. You don't respect yourself if you're out here cheating on bitches. You shouldn't be. All right, Johnny, I'm getting off track.
Okay. I get you, man.
Explanation, it's not accountability. You're right. It's a defense strategy.
Exactly.
And because she wants to justify her emotions. But like we as men, we justify actions, and cheating, well, it's an action. So the female friends defending her, bro, I'm telling you, I could spend the next 10 minutes picking this apart alone. All right, that's not wisdom.
Dude, that's a projection. That is a projection of their own lack of that is their own lack of accountability that they're projecting when they say stuff like that. Number one, I think that the reason they're going after him is that these women are either women that he's tried to get with before or has been with before. Number two, it's their own lack of accountability. And frankly, why are you letting a bunch of women tell you how to be a man? I'm sorry, it doesn't work that way. I would never have the nerve. I would never have the nerve to tell a 25-year-old girl how to be a woman. I would never do that. Never. I have no right to that. No right to that. So if I have no right to tell a 25, 30-year-old girl how to be a woman and how to grow up and wear your womanhood like a badge, you realize how ridiculous that would sound coming out of my mouth? I don't even like the sound of it. So I wouldn't do it. And he says there's no sympathy for me here. You don't need it. You don't need sympathy. You need self-respect. You need self-confidence. You need self-control. And you are not practicing it here, because if you were, you would realize that you are following your program, and don't you let anybody tell you how your program is supposed to go. But here you are, worried about what people think of you on a at least multi-person scale. That's garbage, man. That's garbage, straight up and down. You have the right idea when you realize that what she did was wrong, and what she did constitutes you not needing her in your life anymore. If you let other people second guess you, that's not you second guessing yourself. You're letting people steamroll you and make you feel bad for actually making a step towards a better life for yourself. And that will hold you back every single time if you care way too much about that. Knock it off, man. Because I'm telling you what, nothing they are going to say, nothing they are going to do, including your ex, is going to make your life any better. You have got to be the one to wake up tomorrow morning, make your bed like I always tell you to, and if it's gym day, make sure it's one of those 3 days a week for 4 weeks. You do the Johnny Dumbbell Challenge, because right now Shannon is in the lead, okay? Shannon's ahead of you. Let that sink in.
Getting smoked by Shannon. All right, here's the thing, nephew. When a woman,
I'm just so excited somebody actually let me know that. That's awesome.
When a woman cheats and then blames you, that's not an apology. That's manipulation dressed up as guilt. Yeah. So, like I was saying earlier, and it's not heat of the moment. It's premeditated disrespect.
Decisions are not mistakes. Okay, they're poor decisions, but not the same.
Okay, back to this female buy. I don't understand how he's trying to get wisdom and knowledge from a group of women.
Well, I don't think he's trying to. I think they're just giving him hell for it because, God forbid he stand up for himself.
And like Angel says, sounds like he needs more male friends to help him grow as a man.
Exactly, because here's the thing. Yes. Yeah.
Well, they're giving him politics, pretty much.
Well, not only that, they're giving him politics based on their own beliefs and their own manipulations. They're mostly giving him politics because there's a certain way they want him to act, and right now he's not doing that. You bad boy Jackson, shame on you. No, good on you. You stood on business, and the only mistake you're making right now is you're questioning your own decision to stand on business. Now, your uncles are here to tell you that you are doing exactly what you should do. The only thing you need to quit doing is looking back. This woman has shown you. Oh, damn it! Spit all over my mic. This woman has shown you who she is, and it's time for you to believe her. And it sounds like you already do. The thing of it is, you got to believe in yourself and your own decisions. You've already said you don't want to continue in this relationship, and I think it's a great decision. The only thing you need to decide now is to let your choice be your choice and not let your choice be manipulated by others because they think you should be living differently. Let me ask you this. How many of your bills are they paying this month? How many of your consequences have they taken based on your decisions, based on what somebody else told you they think you should do? If you don't have a good answer for that, and you probably shouldn't, then you are the one making your own decisions. You are the one living with the consequences, both positive and negative. And most of all, you are the one living your life, paying your bills, making your bed, and lifting your weights.
All right, Jackson, I need you to understand that your relationship was already dead the moment she decided to get intimacy elsewhere. Okay, once that respect is broken, nothing grows. Yeah. All right, but here's what you have to remember. Never let her betrayal turn into self-blame. Her actions tell you about who she is, not who you are. All right, don't change your programming to keep a woman who couldn't respect you. And don't resuscitate betrayal, okay? Oh. Bury it. And bury it far from your future, nephew.
I'm just glad he found out now. Do you have any idea the things I found out about my first fiance and my ex-wife years later? They still think I don't know. I mean, you know, that's the thing. I mean, and like the good news is you found that out and you have the chance to get out while you still can. And in this situation, you are going to have people throwing everything at you but the kitchen sink. And sometimes you might get the kitchen sink. But the thing of it is again, this is your decision. This is your life. And I'm proud of you, for one, for telling her to kick rocks. I really am. The thing of it is that I want you to do now is I want you to stand behind that. I want you to wake up every morning and look in the mirror and know that you're enough. You don't need her. You don't need anybody's companionship. You value it. That's exactly it. You don't need anyone. You value someone. And who's that person? Guess what, buddy? From here on out, that's your choice. And you get to vet them the way we teach.
Appreciate it, Johnny. All right, now I know we got one more question for tonight, but we got a couple comments I want to get to, if you don't mind, Johnny. Yeah. Jill says, leave her alone. Best decision is to leave. Do you, baby boy? There are many women in the world. And that's what we talk about all the time, Johnny, is all the women in the world. Look at all the women in the chat tonight.
And guys, they got game over you, man.
Jackson, Jill,
they're here to help you.
For you, you know, she's telling you there's other women out there. Jackson, Jill might be single and just looking for a man to come change her life. So, bro, she's right. Get it together, sir.
Go.
Now, I want to get back to Angel's comment about the love languages, Johnny. Can we talk
missed that one. I didn't see it.
Love languages for a minute?
I guess if we really want to go with propaganda, sure.
I'm not exactly sure. You can't quote me on this, but wasn't there some pastor in the 1990s who wrote a book called The 5 Love Languages? Is that where the whole thing comes from?
I don't know if he was a pastor. I'm not sure. He's full of crap, but I don't know anything else about it.
Yeah, it's one man's opinion that's been marketed as universal truth.
Well, just like The Secret. Remember The Secret? Expect a check to arrive in the mail, and it just will. And that I feel like that falls along the same lines.
It's a self-help product. It's not a psychological breakthrough.
And I feel like it's more of an internal excuse to make when your relationship fails.
Okay.
Oh, we just didn't speak the same love language. No, dude. That is feminese for she didn't respect you, and this is the excuse you can use in the future.
You got to understand, ladies, that a lot of us men, we view this there's core problems with love languages. Okay. It forces you into a performance-based relationship. Your value depends on doing emotional chores that are supposedly to fill someone's tank. All right. It turns love into an obligation. All right. It teaches people to demand and customize a treatment plan instead of learning how to communicate, regulate, be emotionally mature, learning how to manage and mitigate their emotions.
I think it's just another way to get somebody to conform to somebody else's wishes.
Well,
Oh, you just don't speak my love language. And if you want to be with me, you better learn my love language. And look, I mean, that can go either way. We all know which way it usually goes, but it could go either way. And in this situation, it's kind of like, oh, okay. So in other words, conform to the way I do things, or this isn't going to work. Now, that to me sounds like I want you to follow a program, even though I don't have one.
Okay, well,
because somebody decided what my language was for me. So that love language is going to substitute the program that I should have for my life. And that'll make me feel either obligated to stick with you and learn your love language, or to figure out a love language of my own, and hopefully you'll conform to it. And no, I mean, that's half the battle. That's part of it. But the biggest thing is deciding how you're going to live your life, how you're going to conduct yourself. And if that other person's conduct doesn't fit what you're looking for, there's nothing wrong with ending it, getting out of that. And that's what Jackson here's doing wisely.
Okay, well, here's the thing. We're big on accountability here, aren't we, Johnny? And I kind of feel like love languages remove accountability. It lets
absolutely, just like all the other manipulation that we run into out there, both in social media and in our own personal dating lives.
It lets men and women weaponize their preferences. Instead of saying, I'm selfish, I'm insecure, I'm avoidant, I'm disrespectful, I don't communicate, I don't regulate my emotions, they say, you don't speak my love language. It's a shield that protects immaturity, at least in my experience.
Yeah, I mean, and I mean, the biggest thing too is, like I say, it also gives men with huge fragile egos an excuse for why their relationship didn't work out. It wasn't because she lost respect for you. No, you should keep trying. It's just that you haven't learned her love language. And there's 5 of us. You should try all 5 and see which one fits. Meanwhile, you might get the number 2 before she files for divorce, before you get served, before you get dumped, whatever it happens to be.
All right. Now,
this is a situation where you are being told to fit a program, but because you're not ready to fit somebody else's program that they designed themselves, let's go ahead and make it into a romantic language that you must be too incompetent to understand if your relationship fails.
Hold on, Johnny.
Come on now.
One thing I love to do every day is try to learn and just grow as a person. And the women are telling us we're missing the point. And we're always telling the nephews to pay attention to what the women are saying. So I'm going to need Mini Mom
pay attention to what they're doing.
I need Mini Mom and Angel to kind of elaborate and teach the uncles here how we're missing the point about love languages. Because like I said, I want to grow as a man. I want to be a better man tomorrow than I was today. And I just, in my experience, love languages, they ignore the hard truth. The reason 2 people struggle in a relationship rarely has anything to do with words of affirmation.
Yeah.
I mean, it's because
it's
trauma.
It's mostly, here's what I'm doing, catch up and keep up.
Lack of leadership, lack of respect.
Exactly.
Bad boundaries, mismatched values.
And for those guys like Jackson that are on the fence, that's the kind of thing that says, well, you can develop your own program, but then you won't have me. And it's that's fine, and that's all fine and good. But the thing of it is that, like I said, if you are trying so hard to learn her love language, that means you ain't got a program. That's another way of saying you're trying to mold yourself to fit her.
Bruh.
And she won't respect you for that.
Brandy, I completely agree with you. Brandy says my love language is food.
Dude, let me tell you what. Oh man. So I discovered a Thanksgiving hack, and I am going to try this. A little bit of cranberry sauce in plain Greek yogurt. Ah, my God, it's out of this world.
I'm trying to go back and read through some of the comments here. Says we're missing the point. Mini Mom says we're missing the point.
Show us the point, please. I love to be entertained.
Guys, the women are telling you that we value this.
And I'm telling you that if you believe in love language, I probably vet you out.
Minnie Mom says, when someone can read you and cares enough to cater to your likes, it promotes a closeness and appreciation.
I don't disagree, but that has nothing to do with a love language. That has to do with getting to know somebody and being compatible with them and actually being confident in yourself to go forward with what you are perceiving in front of you. But to say that that's one of 5 love languages, I just think that's kind of BS, man. I'm not saying you're wrong in what you're saying, but what I'm saying is that doesn't fall under one of the 5 love languages. I bet you most of us couldn't even name those. I know I couldn't, and I read the stupid book. Honest to God, I had to read it in small doses. I couldn't take the BS.
Tell me something, chat. Tell me something, Johnny. Which one of the love languages is consistency? Because that's the love language I speak. That's what I show to women. I show them consistency. I show up as that guy every single time. I stand on
3
business.
C's.
I keep my word, and I am consistent.
Yeah, the 3 C's: confidence, compatibility, and control over yourself.
Okay, hold on. Angel says he already said her love language is touch, and he knew that. And he said he hates to be touched, not an excuse for cheating. Absolutely, that's not an excuse
Correct.
for cheating, but it is a sign that they're not compatible.
Exactly.
And
the thing of it is that here's my thing.
The reason why her eyes strayed and she probably started cheating, she's looking for someone she's more attracted to, that she's more compatible with.
Yeah. And to be able to say your love language is touch is like saying my love language is affection. Well, no shit, Dick Tracy. Are you saying that somebody you love should be affectionate? Oh no, wow, that's a new concept. I'm really glad somebody enlightened me on that one. No, I mean, and I don't mean you, Angel. I just mean like what she's saying to him. But I mean, and that's just it. Love language is touch. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I would imagine if you didn't touch me, you probably don't love me.
Hey,
I can go with that.
I love it when you get in the chat and contribute to the show. Nothing makes me happier, but I need you to hear this from me, because we talk hard truths on this show, and we talk them to the young men, but we're going to talk them to you tonight. Love language doesn't save relationships. Character does. Respect.
People don't even start talking about love languages until the relationship starts failing.
Consistency does. Compatibility does. Attraction does. And emotional maturity does. And if someone's default state is blaming you or avoiding responsibility or weaponizing needs, love language just becomes another excuse system.
Yeah, and I'm going to say that if I come across your Bumble profile and you even use the words love language, I've been swiping left, and I got to tell you, I'm pretty successful.
So some people prefer other things. You can tell you've been hurt.
Everybody's been hurt. That's got nothing to do with it.
We're
talking about how to prevent things from going on longer than they need to.
Hey, I'll be first one to say, yeah, I've been hurt. That heartbreak has helped me kill my inner bitch, and it's made me a better man.
Absolutely. So if we hadn't been through the ringer, we wouldn't have shit to say.
Having my heart broke is one of the best motivators I've had in my whole life.
Absolutely. Now, if you can find the guys that do the kind of coaching we do that have never once been hurt in their lives, that have never had a bad relationship, I'm going to tell you, don't take their advice. You don't want it.
All right. Well, ladies, I really appreciate the discussion about.
Absolutely. Love you guys. Appreciate it.
Still move on to the last question. And I'm not saying you're wrong, ladies.
I'm just kidding.
I'm not, because hey, we know you ladies like.
Yeah, no, we love you. You're best. Yeah.
But I just feel like there are other things more than words of affirmation or acts of service.
But hey, if you want to get together with your girls at brunch and talk about love languages, I encourage it. But young men, I'm just telling you, I'm going to go ahead and say, set your own program, follow your own program, and for the love of God, be confident and consistent in that program. All right, so we got question 3 from Damien.
Johnny, I'm a physical touch kind of guy.
We all are.
Hands on my woman, or like pawing on her or grab. Like I talk about sitting next to them on dates, not across to them. So
yeah, and that means promoting touch, not like forcing it, of course.
Right. Absolutely.
But now it's a love language.
Minnie Mom says, I think you're just hung up on the phrase, John.
Well, and that's just it. That's exactly what I'm saying. You're absolutely right. And that's all I'm talking about. I'm not saying that compatibility is crap, because it's not. I mean, otherwise we wouldn't have this show. I'm saying that when somebody puts it into 5 different categories that covers 8 billion people on earth, and that's just how they speak and how they love, that's what I call bullshit on. Okay, now you can put it into the category of love language if you want to, but we guys are simpler than that. We're going to put it into you're compatible with us or you aren't. Your actions show us that you're attracted or they don't. You're either going to be part of our program or you're not. And if you're not, what do we tell them, Bill?
Blessings on your journey.
Bless that bitch.
Anyway, so question 3 we got from Damien. And Damien, I got to tell you, Damien is probably, I didn't mean to make this the main event, but Damien's going to really need all of our help, guys, ladies too. He says, I have a serious problem. Around 2 years ago, I experienced a pretty traumatizing breakup with someone I considered to be the love of my life. Not only did she cheat on me, she left me for that person and manipulated me. I wish I had more context on that one. The list goes on and on. To this day, I still think about what she did and everything that unfolded. Not a day has passed where I don't think about it. During the end of our relationship, or I think he means towards the end of our relationship, we tried to continue things after I discovered her cheating. However, she continued to see the guy behind my back despite everything and did a lot of messed up stuff in the process. I can't say it yet. We have the algorithm anyway. I know. Hey, it is what it is.
Where it is, bitch. What are you doing now?
Oh, Bill. Listen, I wish this was all it was. I wish this was the end of it, but unfortunately, as you know, with our nephews that need our help, we're not even close. I knew about this.
It gets worse.
Listen to this. I knew she was doing messed up stuff behind my back because I was keeping tabs on her at this point by driving by her house, his house, places she frequented. I didn't know what to do or what to believe. Really? You found out she cheated on you and you still didn't know what to believe.
Just chill the fuck out.
She admitted she cheated on you and you still don't know what to believe. All right, let's read on. I'm aware that it was wrong, but I was so badly hurt, and honestly, I still am. My problem is that I still find myself keeping tabs on her. It's not as extreme as it was at first, but I find myself looking for her when I'm out in public, looking for her car, still stalking her social media on a daily basis. Sometimes I come across her car while driving, or I see her in public, and it hurts me every time I see her. You're looking for her, and when you do find her, it hurts you. You, my friend, are a glutton for punishment. Anyway, I know so much about her even without her being in my life. I know she got a new car. She's dating a new guy. I know she went back to college. I don't know what's wrong with me. I just want all of this obsession to end. How do I erase her from my memory?
Bruh.
Damien, you're going to have to do some shock therapy on yourself, brother.
What the hell, nephew?
Damien, first of all, I don't want this to discourage you from, writing in with questions and whatnot, but my God.
Look, I want to speak to you with a little bit of compassion right now, in all with some serious too. All right, what you're describing isn't love; it's longing. It isn't long. It's not even attachment. It's a trauma loop. It's like your brain is stuck replaying the injury because you never fully processed it. And this happens at times. Cheating shatters your identity. Losing the love of your life shatters your future. I get that. All right. Been there. Manipulation. Yeah. Okay, look.
And I feel for you, man. Because I know that, I've never actually, actively caught any of my exes cheating. I found out that they did it, but I found out, years later where it didn't bother me. But, I mean, it's just for you to find this out real time, yeah, that's going to, like you said, traumatizing. Just, this is going to attack your psyche. But here's the thing. You already know what she did. She admitted to you what she did. she has already moved on to not only a new boyfriend, but a new car. And you know about it all.
You're stalking her, bro.
Dude, yeah. I mean, and I understand that you're not doing it at what you think is a dangerous level. And maybe what you're doing, even if what you're doing is not dangerous to her, and I'm going to take your word for it that it isn't, but it is dangerous to you. It is dangerous to how you are going to feel about yourself. This is dangerous to your own self-perception. This is dangerous to your own self-worth. You have committed your life to watching her push even farther away from you than she already was. She's been your ex for how long? I got news for you. She's been your ex since before you actually broke up and has been pushing you away ever since. And all you want to do is find out what she's doing and where and with whom. And I'd be willing to bet that you have done very little, if anything, to improve your own life. I'll bet you didn't even make your bed today.
All right, here's the real issue. The stalking her, okay?
Come on, man.
Stalk her because you loved her. You stalked her because you didn't trust yourself anymore. All right, you were trying to control the wound, trying to stop the bleeding, trying to confirm the truth that you already knew.
And you kept convincing yourself that finding out the truth was going to make you feel better. And guess what? It's made you feel worse because the only person you found the truth out about was her. You haven't found out a single truth about yourself.
Hey, shout out to Brandy. There are laws for what you're doing.
Dude, for real, man. And like I say, while you haven't crossed the line, you're getting dangerously close, brother.
Okay, Angel says self-reflection, take a break from social media, spend some time with yourself. Yes, I get the trauma thing. That was my last relationship, the loop of trying to make it work. It's not your fault.
No.
Well, listen, the whole stalking her thing, trying to figure out what she's up to, recognizing patterns. It's a habit that became a reflex. A reflex that became a routine, and a routine that now has him trapped in a prison. All right, but look, hey, nephew, I'm going to help. I'm going to give you the path out. Your uncles are going to give you a step-by-step reset because that's what we're here for. Call it withdrawal, okay? Once you reframe it, you remove its power, first of all. Okay, you had to remove every single portal to her, all of them, socials, photos, places, routes, all of it. You can't heal an open wound you keep poking and picking at.
Dude.
You need new identity anchors. Okay, men don't heal from heartbreak by letting go. They heal by becoming someone new.
Yeah, and what you need to do here is you're forcing yourself into a situation where you got to quit her, and you're going to have to quit her cold turkey. I mean, shit, 16 years ago, I quit smoking cigarettes, but guess what? I used the patch. There is no patch for you on this one, okay? If you went out and had a nice one-night stand with a cute little whatever, that's not going to make you feel better about this because tomorrow morning, guess what? You're probably still going to check her Facebook. You're still going to see if she has a podcast like ours. You're still going to see if she has a new car, what she's driving. Did she put seat covers on it? Hell, you might as well see if she bought new rims or what she's listening to on the radio. Jesus, man. You are more obsessed with her current state of affairs after she's not only moved on from you, but moved on from the guy she cheated on you with and left you for. She's even moved on from him. And here you are still making your life all about finding out what she's up to. I want to know what you're up to. Well, never mind, but it's weird. Yeah, it's weird. But it could stop being weird. It could stop being weird if he would just start wondering what he's up to. Start figuring out what he wants to achieve.
I want to give you an answer with some compassion.
Somebody take this guy's car keys.
Although I can't relate to stalking a bitch, what I can relate to is grieving after a relationship. Okay, because what you're really grieving is you've lost the version of you who loved her. Okay, that man is gone. It's okay. All right, you got to build the next better version of yourself. So you don't erase her memory. You create a future where she becomes irrelevant. White noise in the background, even if you do run into her. And it starts here tonight, nephew, with us, with truth, with accountability. For me, it was with service and with structure.
Yep.
So you got a lot of work to do. And we're going to have, Johnny, man, this is one of the more severe cases we've come across.
I mean, I'm always going to tell people to make their bed every single day, but I think he needs a little bit more of a structure to himself than that. I think he's going to need to do something beyond that. Man, I mean, first of all, you're going to need to chase the thoughts of her out of your mind. And not because it's something you don't want to deal with or something you're running away from. She's already run away. This whole situation has already run away from you. Okay. This is a situation where if you continue to allow yourself to succumb to your urges and your impulses to find out what exactly is going on, you're going to catch a stalking charge, number one. But even if you don't, even best case scenario, you have still spent so much time figuring out who she's become that you may not even know who you've been for the last couple of years or however long it's been. But I mean, you know, you have forfeited. You've forfeited your own commitment to your own self-improvement.
Johnny, maybe he wasn't stalking. Maybe he was just doing extensive field research with terrible methodology.
Oh, man.
No, you know you're down bad when you start recognizing her car by the headlight patterns.
The next thing he's going to do is buy a disguise. I mean, that's the thing. If that's the next step, you got to get out of this.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
Angel says, I nailed it. He's grieving who he was before she cheated. Work at the next chapter. And I've been through that.
Sure.
So
yeah, he wants to be back to normal. Yep.
But that's the thing. His heart isn't broken. His identity is. And once he rebuilds that, she loses all her power, all of it. And nephew, look, healing starts.
And the thing of it is, she doesn't even want that power to begin with. She wants to be done with this. She doesn't want that power. She doesn't want you to follow her everywhere. She doesn't want to have that power over you anymore. Her time to have that power over you was in the relationship before, maybe during and after she cheated. But the fact of the matter is, once she moved on with that other guy, she didn't want that power over you, and you still insist on handing it to her.
Look, the pain isn't proof she was special. It's proof you gave too much to the wrong person. All right. And nephew, I know we've been clowning you about the stalking, but I need you to understand.
I'm not clowning, I'm serious.
You're not crazy. You're actually not crazy. You're stuck in a loop. Your nervous system is created to protect you from the truth, sort of how our egos protect us from all sorts of things. So you can't erase her, but you can't outgrow her. So she just, even remembering her feels pointless. And I, like I said, I've experienced this in my own life where I've grown so much as a man. I've grown so much as a person that if some of these women were to try to spin the block with me today, the version of me right here, right now, they wouldn't last 2 weeks with, probably not 2 days with. And this,
but I mean,
this version,
to be fair,
so much. I love his discipline. I love his structure. I wouldn't change it or backslide for anybody.
And you could easily sit there and say it's because of our level of experience in this whole dating thing. But to be honest with you, we don't need that experience to know that when a girl has cheated on you, broken up with you, and then enough time has passed that she even broke up with the guy she cheated with, enough time has passed for you to say to yourself, it is time to move forward. And moving forward does not mean driving past her house at night.
No. Your brain, listen, here's the thing, nephew. Your brain learned how to survive this betrayal by obsessing. Yep. Now you have to teach it how to let go. So I'm really glad you wrote in tonight, and I really appreciate it.
I mean, nephews, we were a little tough on you tonight, especially these three. And, again, we're tough on you now, so life isn't tougher on you later. Believe me when I tell you, like Angel said, she says, clearly we've been hurt. Not exactly a huge revelation, but again, had we not, we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't have anything to say. We wouldn't know what to tell you. We would have lived too perfect a life and too perfect a romantic situationships and relationships in our lives. Hell, we'd probably be happily married with our 2.4 kids in our picket fence. But the fact of the matter is that we are here to tell you we screwed up so you don't have to. And in these situations, we don't need to continue to, do the same things and expect different results. And that's what's happening here. You're following, you're finding things out, and not once has anything you've learned about her current life made you happy. And not once has it improved your life. Not once has it given you the determination to stand up, move on, and become a better version of yourself. All it's done with you now is to make you ask more questions, to make you feel even more like whatever dirt you felt like. It makes you feel even more gone and forgotten. And for crying out loud, man, you're 2 exes ago. You ought to be. And so should she. This is a time for you to step up in your life, look yourself in the mirror, and tell yourself, you're not going to ruin this day for me. You're not going to ruin the progress that I plan to make. You're not even going to slow me down in getting all my tasks complete. You have held me back long enough, self. And it is time for us to come to an agreement and realize that things need to get better. And they need to get better one day at a time. Let's start by going to bed feeling better than we did when we woke up. Let's go to bed feeling like we are at least one accomplishment further in our life than we were this morning. I don't care how big or small that accomplishment is. I just don't want you finishing in the negative, because so far you've been doing that for how many days, weeks, months straight? Come on, man. You're better than that.
All right, nephews, listen to me. Whatever you're going through, heartbreak, confusion, betrayal, last case, obsession, loneliness, you're not weak for feeling it. You're only weak if you stay there. Pain is part of manhood. Staying stuck, nephews, that's optional. Growth is mandatory here. Now, tonight, we heard all kinds of stories about mixed signals, cheating, heartbreak loops that feel impossible to break. And every one of these men had something in common. They kept giving their power away. And the moment you stop doing that, your whole life changes. Now, look, I don't
we're not even talking about.
I don't care how deep the wound is. I don't care how long you've been stuck in that loop. You're not done. And you're here because you still have fight in you. Okay? You're here because you want more out of life. You're here because being a better man is a choice you make every day, and you made that choice by showing up. So tonight, take what you heard and apply it. Set standards. Keep your peace. Lead yourself first. Stop chasing what broke you, and stop letting your inner bitch run your life. Now, look, nephews, we're here to guide you every Monday and Thursday night, not because we're perfect, but because we're willing. All right, you're not alone. You're not broken. You're not behind. You're becoming. And that's what this whole thing is about. Be the man your future self won't have to apologize for. Stand on business, protect your heart, and walk away with discipline and integrity. You know what? We'll see you the next show. John, you got anything to say before we wrap this up tonight?
Exercise your power to choose and cancel your subscription to Her Issues. But remember, guys, we won't be here this Thursday, so it's going to be a little while before we see you again. But until we do, remember, if you drink, don't drive. And if you drive, don't park, because accidents cause people. Good night.
See you in a week, nephew. Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.